The stage is set. There's no backing out now. After months of rehearsals, choreography, and shenanigans, the Little Shop of Horrors is about to open its doors, and Dan Cooper's place as Orin Scrivello shall be finalized. Brace yourselves as we take a look behind the mask of Dr. Orin Scrivello, and we discover why he has been crowned crowd favorite amongst several spectators.
Thank you for meeting with me.
Today I sat down with Georgina Cooper, Dan Cooper's twin sister and line reading assistant.
So what did you do to help Dan on his quest to stardom?
Well, I ran through his lines with him, and when he felt unconfident, I just reminded him that he was already drama queen, so it's not much different.
How often did you have to go through his lines with him?
We went through his lines a couple of times a week, enough that I know how to be Audrey.
So you remember these lines?
Yes.
How confident would you be if I were to ask you to go through those lines again?
Sorry, Doctor.
When you first heard that Dan was going to be in the upcoming production as the dentist in the Little Shop of Horrors, how well suited do you think he was to that role, and has your confidence in him grown as you helped him with his lines?
When we were watching The Little Shop of Horrors for the first time, as soon as the dentist appeared on the screen, I think we all knew that it was a role for him. With his crazy mannerisms, Kentucky accent and mean demeanour, it was like he was written for Dan, who isn't afraid to get a little crazy. I've heard Dan sing tons, but not act, but reading his lines with him really showed me that he was in fact the dentist and was made for the stage.
How much experience does Dan have as an on-stage performer?
He has never performed on stage before, but he has been a performer all his life. He has been singing around the house as long as I can remember. As frustrating as that was, we all thought he'd be on the stage one day, mainly because he told us all the time, but I feel like we could sort of share the suffering together.
Now, this is off the record, but it sort of sounds like you have some sort of pent-up rage towards him.
No.
What part are you most excited for to see with the dentist's performance?
When he dies.
Well, thank you very much for having us. Will we be seeing you there?
Not a chance.
Georgina Cooper, everyone.
Goodness, she left in a hurry.
No production could ever be completed without a director, but unfortunately due to scheduling conflicts, a restraining order, and just no one picking up my calls, we had to resort to WhatsApp Messenger. These are the real words of the director of Little Shop of Horrors, Javier. Dan was incredibly easy to direct. His ideas for the part were inspired, and he had clearly studied others who were playing the same role as him. Inspired words.
And definitely real. The best way to find out about characters like Orin is to ask the actor who has spent hours learning every move, line, and thing about the character. So, I think it's about time that I sat down with the actor for Orin, Dan Cooper.
Hello, Dan. How's it going? Hi, Anne. It's going very well, thank you. I'm happy to hear that. What in your eyes makes Orin such an interesting character? I think people are just drawn to villains, really, especially comedic villains. He is extremely funny, the character is extremely memorable, and I think that's what people are drawn to. How hard was it for you to become such a crazy, insane lunatic of a character? You know, strangely enough, I actually didn't find it that difficult. I actually found it really easy to just channel that sort of energy. It really isn't that deep for me. I don't know why. With no acting experience, are you ever worried that you might be letting the rest of the cast and crew down if you give a lackluster performance? And is there any pressure with that? I mean, there's pressure with everything you do. It's unavoidable. I just don't let it get to me. I'm fine. Do you have any doubts on how the show's going to go? Do you know, I'm not sure. 4 performances down, the show is over, how are you feeling? 4 performances down and you are still wearing the same shirt as last time. Have you no shame? Do you feel like your performance has changed you at all? I'm afraid you'll have to ask my puppets. No, I mean, do you feel like the success of your performance has gone to your head? Not even slightly.